1 minute warning!
To the Goofball Army out there, hi at the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got Goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your Goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
That better, Jay? Setting got messed up, I All right, here we go. Second down and 6 there with the first 4-yard run. Is that a booming? You can hear me, Jay? All right, here we go. Another run. Got a flag on the play, though, too. Here we go. That was an early flag, though. Going to be on the Giants. Offsides. Oof. That's Daniel Bellinger lined up in the neutral zone. And here we go with the Giants just penalty. Second most penalties in the NFL, which is a sign of a bad coached team. All right. Second and 11, though. On the plus side, they got an extra down if you think about it, though, because it wasn't getting a first down in that. See what happens here. Takes the handoff to Skattebo. Moving around a little bit there. He's going, got tripped up, getting it only about a yard. Got Hunt, just got it from behind. They said a sack? That can't be a sack. That shouldn't be considered a sack. He started hitting him behind the line, but he got past the line of scrimmage. That should not be counted as a sack. There we go. Okay. Yep. They're saying now it's pitching out a sack. 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation. Got Theo Johnson in movement there to the top of the screen. And what? Are you kidding me? What the hell kind of call is that? You got a 3rd and 10. And you call a screenplay to your tight end out as a wide receiver with like nobody blocking over there. That is about the most asinine play. Are you freaking kidding me? Absolutely ridiculous. So Giants out to punt now because we have the play calling of an HYL team. Oh my God. I'm telling you, Pop Warner teams just do better plays. Barely got the punt off. Give me a fair call about the 25. That's about a bad start of those you can possibly get. Absolutely. You got Giants giving up a touchdown really quickly to Saquon Barkley. You got the Giants 3 and out, 1 penalty, typical. And then of course with that as well, you get the horrible 3rd down call. Like, why would you ever throw behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 10? Absolutely asinine. It just makes absolutely no sense. So let me see if we got any scores we can go over with you guys. Now, obviously, we all know the Thursday night game was 37-10. The Chargers absolutely destroying the Vikings there. As of right now, the only thing we got score-wise here, besides our game, Bengals are up 3-0 on the Jets. 10 minutes left in the first. And the Patriots are up 3-0 on the Browns. Just under 9 minutes left to go in the first here. So still early on. Obviously, most teams haven't scored points, except for the, of course, Eagles, because the Giants couldn't stop, a 7-year-old from running through that defensive line. So, yeah. But I'd at least hope for a better time for this defense this time, but I'm not optimistic after that. I think we kind of got the Eagles on the right week a couple weeks ago. I don't see a repeat of 2 weeks ago. I'd love it, but hopefully I'm wrong. We'll see. Definitely not a good start, that's for sure. Again, it's been since 2007 since we swept the Eagles. 2007. That's just absolutely insane. Almost 20 years without sweeping your divisional rival that you play every single year, twice at least. So, But we'll see what happens here. We'll see it happen. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. But Jay, yeah, what you're saying there is exactly the problem here. PST throwing for the sticks again. It's not even before they threw before the line of scrimmage. And the play wasn't there. It just wasn't there. So I don't know why the Giants would even do something like that. I don't get it. Like I understand the theory when like you're going for something, when you think you got something there, but there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. So uh but you gotta wonder if part of this is gonna be a little bit of issues from last week. I mean, Giants to lose in such heartbreaking fashion. Don't tell me that doesn't affect this team. 1st and 10 here again for the Eagles. Getting balls to the 25-yard line. Got Jalen Hurts under center, handing off to Barkley. And this time he will be stopped for about 4 or 5 yards. So Giants will get 2 and 5 here. And they're talking all about the 2 secondary guys being out there. And of course, we're talking about the issues on defense, saying the run defense is the issue. But look at the Giants haven't really faced but 3 plays, guys. We get too much of this run defense being 100% the issue this game. Like it's 3 plays in. All right, 2nd and 5. Again, Jalen Hurts under center, single back, but again running it, and again it's a 1st down to big play. And this one is Tank Bigsby. It's not even Barkley this time. 17 yards given up by the Giants now. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Burns is being held in that, too. You can see the jersey pull. And, of course, Deontay Banks. Anytime it's a bad play, Deontay Banks is right in the mix of it. But Eagles are definitely holding here like crazy. You see it on both the big runs now. But the Saquon run, you saw it as well. But I guess the Eagles just don't, get called for these things. 1st and 10. Got a split eye formation. Fakes the handoff, throws to a wide open Devontae Smith. Cordell Flott was on the coverage. There's a flag as well. There we go. Finally, they can call for holding. Finally. So Lane Johnson get called on holding. With Abdul Carter, you can see it. That's beyond holding. That's like hugging, choking. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. All right, 1st and 20 now for the Eagles. So, and these are the kind of plays, guys. So when we talk about Carter and people talk about, oh, he hasn't gotten sacks. Well, yeah, he hasn't got a lot of sacks, but here he is doing a 10-yard play basically by getting the holding call. Not everything has to be a sack. All right, here we go. And Barkley get the ball, and it's wide open again. Like this. Drew Phillips with the stop there. Absolute massive hold there. It's like nobody. It's like they were, I don't know. I got to look on that. I'd love to see the all 22 of that play specific, but it's like it seemed to be everybody wants to go on back into coverage. So we got 2nd and 12 now. 8 yards given up on that run. Jason's Dan Carter getting around him, being held, dragging his knee would have been, yeah. And that's Lane Johnson. Like that's one of the best offensive linemen in football, guys. 2nd and 12. Here we go. And a lot of pressure, but it's a screen. And wide open screen. Barkley's going to get the 1st down, 13 yards. Wow. This is already Barkley's best game of the season. Not even through the 1st quarter. Let's see here. As it looks like Dexter Lawrence was the one guy who saw the screen coming, but he can only cover so much field himself there. All right, 1st and 10. Here we go. And, of course, another handoff. That's what's going to be lost about a yard. Tank Bigsby. Abdul Carter on the stop. So, again, Abdul Carter, and I'm going to say this whenever I see this stuff because I'm seeing a lot of people lately just knocking Abdul Carter. literally got a holding call for 10 yards and just got a negative 1 yard run there. So he's literally cost the offense 11 yards for the Eagles so far. But people are knocking him all over social media because he has half a sack. Who cares? You have 0 sacks. I don't give a shit if you're doing stuff like that. You know, what's better, a holding call for 10 yards or a negative 3 yards and a sack? I mean, the stat sheet doesn't look as good, but watch the damn games, you know? All right, so 2nd and 10. A lot of pressure, but Jalen Hurts just barely slipped away Okereke. Going to get about 7 yards here in the run. Okereke was literally like 1 finger length away from him. It was this close to getting him down behind for a sack. Ironically enough, is that conversation we were just having. So we got 3rd and 3 here coming. Did Tom Brady just curse? Anybody else watching? It's not like Tom Brady just dropped the F-bomb on TV. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3. This will be very key if the Giants can stop this here, kind of kill some of that momentum. And I'm waiting for a flag. They just got it off past the TV's time, but I guess they had time. And Hurst is going for the 1st down here, but nope, just shy of it. Giants stopped him. Good pressure, good coverage. Had nowhere to go and just attempt for it. 4th and 3, Eagles are going to go for it. Too far to do a tush push, though, at least. But this would be a huge thing if the Giants can stop the Eagles here and get a decent position here to start this. They would get the ball out of the 35-yard line. So here we go. Shotgun formation and offsides. Who's on? I saw both move at almost the same time. It's hard to see. Oh, yeah. It's on Steele. False start. So 4th and 8. I can't imagine they're going to still go for it. So they're giving it the toast, but 4th and 8. Now they're going for the long field goal. Let's see. This is going to be a 58-yard field goal if they get it. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Giants need some help here. Hits it right off the field goal post. No good. I saw a flag though and whistle going. Thibodeau getting into little arguments there with Lane Johnson, it looks like. Let's see what goes on. Sirianni's flipping out. They were watching the actual play they were showing us, so. Up. It was a whistle and a flag, though. Well, we're not going to ignore that and not talk about it. They're going right to commercial break. You got to be kidding me. As Jace's sweet, maybe momentum swing. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not so sure. We'll see. It all depends on what the Giants do on offense. Let's be honest. The Giants actually get something going and get some points on the board. Yeah. Chase probably just leveraged. No. I can't ignore it. I hear a whistle. I see a flag. I want to know what's going on. Can't do it. Can't just ignore it. Can't do it. But at least the Giants get a stop here. I mean, it's very close to obviously them getting points on the board. Literally a game of inches in this whole situation here. But love that they at least got off the field without giving up more points. And the way it happened by giving up some yards in the beginning there and then, stopping them when it mattered the most there. Definitely big key there. And they've gotten a lot of good pressure so far on on Hurts when he's going to go ahead and pass. I think the big thing is just obviously we got to figure out a way to stop this run game to go along with that, He says, "Are you into cars, Drew?" Yes, I am. Work with cars all day long, and not my 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, like I said, I think that's a big thing for the Giants to get off without giving up more points. If we give up more points, that would have been a big momentum killer right there. But what's going on? What's going on, man? So far, again, we got 7-0 Eagles right now. That big 65-yard run by Saquon Barkley, and Giants 3 and out. Horrible play calling by the Giants on third down, going for a screenplay with Theo Johnson with not nearly enough blockers. They thrown to him behind the line of scrimmage, and then of course now Giants give up some yards to the Eagles, but the Eagles failed on a 58-yard field goal, so just stays at 7-0 here. Around the league, let's see what we got. I'm going to refresh, see what we got score-wise. Bengals are now up 10-0 on the Jets. Bears are up 3-0 on the Ravens there. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the first on that one there. Bills up 3-0 on the Bills. And let's see, they're showing here. I don't know why they're talking about a field goal, complaining about the whistle. Okay, so Sirgan is basically complaining because they blew the whistle. They should go ahead and replay the down. But there was no flag thrown. It was just a whistle somebody blew. Apparently, they shouldn't have. The kick was already up. That wouldn't have stopped anything. If they did like mid-swing, it's one thing. Okay, first down for Dart. Got all the time to move it around. Pressure around. Oh, he's still bouncing around. He's trying to lose about a yard running it. But yeah, I don't know why Sirianni's complaining about a whistle that was when the kick was already up in the air. Absolutely ridiculous. But all right. 2nd and 11 now. Giants got to get something going on offense here, guys. Theo Johnson in motion, moving from the bottom to the top on the line, though. Now Bellinger moving and coming back. And Skattebo going to get a few yards here. Looks like about 3-4 yards. So Giants got about a 3rd and 7 coming here. Let's see here. Jace says, what the hell happened with Justin Fields is playing? I think Tyrod Taylor is out. I haven't been paying as much attention to them right now. Both of us playing at 1. It's weird having both New York teams at 1 o'clock. But all right, top of your screen, if you look too, you got 3 guys up top. Bottom of the screen looks like Bellinger. Top is Theo Johnson, Wan'Dale Robinson, and I can't make out the third. Wan'Dale moving towards the line. Jaxson Dart ready to throw. Got people all around him, but he's going for it. He's going for the first down. Here he goes. He's got it. And a slide. And a slide. He's got it with a slide. That's the big thing. Woo. Is Jason's, do you think it's be like 2022 when mid-season teams were figuring out Kafka? Possible. I still wonder how much is Kafka, how much is Daboll in this whole thing, but all right, so Giants 1st and 10 now. Ball on the Eagles side of the field now. Let's see. Ball's about the 42-yard line. This is going to be a run coming here, I have a feeling. Skattebo in the backfield. And there it is. Going to get about, he thought it was about 2 yards, but no, he just keeps bum rushing as always there. Turns it about 5 yards. Gotta love the way he plays. But yeah, again, I think mid-season you'll to see the change in this offense. I think that's going to delay it, but I don't know. This offense has got issues in the way they call the plays. They really do. 2nd and 5. Dart in a shotgun formation, throws it out to a wide open. Darius Slayton back. That's another first down, back-to-back first downs. Chases Hyatt and Neal healthy scratch, embarrassing. It's embarrassing we kept them on the team. Look at that. That's a great route run by Slayton. Crossed it up, kind of confused the 2 corners that were covered. Got 1st and 10 here. Now ball's about the 18-yard line. Shotgun formation for Dart, single back with Skattebo is going out in the route. And Skattebo to touchdown. There we go. There we go.
All hail the New York Giants.
Love it. Love it. There we go. Look at that. One-on-one, the swim move, and the defender falls down by being pushed in the swim there. Woo. Telling you, this one thing I love about this team is the attitude that it's kind of taken on since Dart and Skattebo have become a big part of this offense, if not the biggest parts of this offense here. It's crazy. So that's a tie game, guys. And like I said, you got the momentum change back over to being kind of even keel here. This Giants defense has got to step up this next drive here to go ahead and give a shot for the Giants to pull ahead and really shut down this home crowd for the Eagles there. Keep in mind, this one is in Lincoln Financial. So now update you guys on games here. Dolphins now up 7-0 on the Falcons. Just 2.5 minutes left to go in the first. First quarter is ending with the Bears right now up 6-0 on the Ravens. Bengals again up 10-0 on the Jets. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the first. Bills up 3-0 on the Panthers. Just over 1 minute. Texans up 3-0 on the 49ers with 2 minutes 40 seconds left in the first. And the Browns up 7-3 now on the Patriots with 2 minutes left to go in the first there. So a lot of games going on at once here, guys, and a lot of scores to try. We'll try to keep you guys up to date as best we can here with all the games going on, so you kind of get a good feel of what's going on around the league there. So, going to be an interesting drive here, though, coming up for the Giants defense as they really try to set a tone here. The interesting thing is we've been very good, I feel like, at getting pressure on Jalen Hurts, making him move around against what has traditionally been a very good Eagles offensive line. The big thing now is going to be, can we get this run defense going? And I'm not even saying full at control, but you got to go ahead and figure out here how to at least control it somewhat, But, I'm interested to see how that plays out in this one specifically here. So, we'll see. But definitely a whole lot of holding calls not being called by the Eagles as well. So I'm going to keep an eye on. Not that I'm not used to the Eagles getting calls their way. That's kind of typical, but as Joe says, Carter's dominating kind of. Carter's doing what it does. He creates issues for the opposing teams that you don't necessarily see on the stat sheet. And that's why when I see people on like WFAN, I forget who it was on there, causing issues about Carter. Oh, he's got half a sack and he's supposed to be great. It's just people don't know football, shouldn't talk football. Point blank. I don't give a damn if you give a mic in a radio station. If you don't know football, don't talk football. Or at least just say, hey, we're just kidding at BS and talking as fans. It's one thing we do on this channel. Rob and I will sit there and tell you guys, we're fans. We're not coaches. We're not former NFL players. We're just fans who are obsessed with the Giants. So agree, disagree. That's your right at that point there. But for somebody to go on a radio station and say that kind of stuff, just absolute asinine. All right. Here we go. As the Giants are about to kick it off here. And listen, this one's going to be returned. Ball gets caught about the 5-yard line. Giants have a chance here to get bad field position for the Eagles, but nope. They're having issues tackling. Jamie Gillen gets the tackle about the 48-yard line. Now they're just going back to the touchdown play here. I want to see that replay instead, but they're showing it right now, though. I want to see that swim move you put on him. Here we go. Wide open he was. Wide open. And you gotta love him, hate him. I know a lot of people obviously don't like Russell Wilson. For him to go and be the first guy to go congratulate Dart and all does show something. All right, 1st and 10 here. Eagles hand the ball off. Saquon Barkley going to get a couple yards. He's bumbling around to get a couple there out of it. All right, here we go. By the way, I again, as always, I have my red zone on one of my other monitors watching the game, and Eagles fans just getting so cocky still right now. I'm really hoping for a win here. Really hoping for a win right now. Beyond just being I want the Giants to win. It's just craziness. How much trash they talk. Got to end around here. Oh wow. Big tackle by Drew Phillips and Gibson, an end around. Woo. Third down coming here. That's an aggressive tackle. Woo. So 3rd and 4. There's 2 yards in that. I'd love to see the replay on that again. They always show the replay like 5 times of the plays I don't want to see replays on, like once, if that, of the ones I do. Yeah, no replay. I want to see that. I want to see that tackle again. Woo. Not the best coverage guy, Drew Phillips, but he plays like a linebacker as a nickel. It's crazy. All right, 3rd and 4. Here we go. And Hurts got all the time in the world and wrapped up Barkley just behind the line of scrimmage. Now, ball's right around the midfield. So I can't imagine the Eagles would go for it, but it sounds like they're going to go for it after all. 4th and 3. Ooh, they actually gave him a yard. Got tackled behind the line. I don't know how he went from 3rd and 4 to 4th and 3 when he went behind the line, but see if the Giants can stop him again. One more. Shotgun formation for Hurts. Got Barkley off to the right-hand side. Barkley's going to go for a short route. Hurts is going to get, oh my God, slips out of the pressure, gets a first down. Ball at about the 39-yard line, depending where they spot it with that slide. Oh my gosh. As I hate to give kudos to Hurts, but that was a great move by him to be able to navigate that. And the problem is Okereke was in coverage, and he could have potentially stopped him, but you can't let go of the guy because then it's even bigger play. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles here. Whistle goes. Definitely some movement up front. I thought it was the offensive line of the Eagles there, but we'll see. They're all conversing. A lot more conversation you usually would have. Yep, offense, false start. All right, so at least it helps a little bit. It's Lander Dickinson on the false start there. All right, so first quarter's at an end, guys, with the game tied up 7-7 there. So, listen, not a horrendous start for the Giants at that point, that's for sure. Let's see. Here we go. Let's get to the refresh the screen here, and we'll get you all the latest. As Jay says, I'm okay with this so far. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm okay with even, and I hate to say it this way because the Giants, as a fan, you want to win every damn game. But if we even just have close game with the Eagles right now, I'm kind of okay with it, considering I don't have much expectations this team anymore. I'm sorry, just where I'm at. Dolphins up still 7-0 on the Falcons end of the first quarter. Definitely a different game than a lot of people expected. Bears up 6-0 on the Ravens with 13 minutes left to go. Actually, just over 12 minutes left now left to go as they just refreshed. Bengals up 10-0 on the Jets end of the first. Second quarter starting with the Bills up 3-0 on the Panthers. And second quarter just started in Houston with the Texans up 6-0 on the 49ers. The Browns up still 7-3 on the Panthers at the end of the first quarter there as well. So, like I said, a lot of games going on here. We'll keep you guys up to date with them all there because there's literally, 8 games going on right now. So I never understood why the NFL doesn't spread out the 1 and 4 o'clock games a little better. It seems like it'd give us more options as fans to watch different games. Like for example, they have a game in Houston. Don't tell me you couldn't have moved that to the 4 o'clock. Have at least one more over there at that point there. I get it where a lot of them, unfortunately, you can't, but because you want to do the East Coast games at 1 o'clock. But even a 4 o'clock game on the East Coast isn't crazy. Still over by 7:30, whatever, As Jay says, last week the 4 o'clock game was heaven. 10 a.m. sucks and too much going on. Yeah, 10 a.m. for you on the West Coast. Yeah, it's always an interesting thing. I was thinking about that actually years ago when I was in Hawaii, and I was like, oh my god, football started at 8 o'clock in the morning. if you lived here, like that'd be insanity. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all West Coast people, like the lefties, there, just all like everybody else is right-handed. Y'all are just. He says drinking this early makes you feel guilty too. No, don't feel guilty about drinking early. But drink whatever you want to drink. I never believe in this whole drink before 5 o'clock and you're an alcoholic thing. It's how much you drink, and if you have to drink, that's what makes you an alcoholic. Art Green, by the way, guys, has been injured in this game. Hamstring issue, questionable to return. So we could be down a whole lot more as far as secondary right now. That's crazy. All right, here we go. 1st and 15 now for the Birds there, as we got the ball is about the 46-yard line too. So Giants in a position still to get them off the field without any points. But not anymore. It's a big catch to Devontae Smith. Going to get down about the 20-yard line there. Cordell Flott, unfortunately, getting a little manhandled in this game here by a couple catches of Smith. As Brady's showing the scanning of the eyes of Barkley. Kind of crazy if it's that obvious that you can see it in the booth, but Giants can't even see it. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20. Shotgun formation for Hurts. And he's throwing it deep. Overthrew Smith, who was wide open, by the way, for the touchdown. He had thrown it correctly. Not even that much pressure from the defense, just a bad throw by Hurts. Now, Burns also getting worked on the sidelines right now. Looks like he's got his ankle wrapped up. Remember last week he was literally left the game in a boot, and yet he was on for a hip injury in the injury report this week. So, we'll see what happens here. It's got Kayvon, obviously, and Carter out there in his absence there. And for 2nd and 10, Barkley's getting the ball, and the Giants, good job of stopping with just a 1-yard gain. So 3rd and 9 coming. Now keep in mind that the Giants the Eagles are in field goal range there very easily. Brian Burns is back out there, so that's good news for the Giants there. Maybe just needed a rewrap there. You see Abdul Carter out there. You see Brian Burns out there. So that makes me think, Thibodeau is out there as well. So all 3 of the big guys are out there. Let's see what we can do. And Hurts the 3rd and long. Got all the time in the world, guys. And now he's getting chased out of the pocket. He's going to try to go for that first, and he's going to be just shy of it. Let's see what spot they give him. But here's the problem is no matter what kind of spot you give him, they're going to go for the tush push. He shouldn't have got it, I think. The telecast saying they think he got it. Flag on the play, though. I got to think with that much hold on the much time, it's got to be a hold, but we'll see. They're talking about it maybe a flag on Burns, but okay, no foul. I have no problem with that. If you're going to go wait to the very last second to go out of bounds, I mean, you can look at it slow motion and say, oh, yeah, this looks horrible, but I don't think it looks horrible at all considering. But looking to see if there's any kind of hold. Actually, looks like it was clean. Now they're marking it short. 4th down. 4th and 1. Let's stop this tush push. You know a tush push is coming here, guys. Let's see. Looks like they're just trying to get the Giants off sides. Oh, no, they're going for it. What's going on? They blew the whistle on that? That's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Let's see. That's a live ball. That should be a fumble. That should be a fumble. That should be a fumble. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. This is the problem with the tush push. The Eagles get every goddamn thing their way in these things. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think even an Eagles fan's got to be realistic and say that. Now the flag, by the way, did not come until after the fumble. So as far as I'm concerned, they should be able to replay that and fix that issue. That's ridiculous, guys. This is why so many teams have troubles with this. Wow. Let's see. This has got to be for the Giants. It should be the Giants ball all day long. Wow. Let's see. They're still talking about this, trying to figure out. Gonna replay it again. Daboll's pissed. They're not going to be able to go over. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. These refs are just horrendous in this. Wow. They give me an explanation now. Said because of forward progress, they can't challenge the play. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This is everything wrong with the goddamn officiating and with this player now. Daboll's still going to challenge it somehow. What is he challenging exactly? This is insanity. But like I said, there should be challenging that it should be a fumble. But he's saying he can't challenge forward progress. What are you challenging exactly? Trying to find out. They're picking it up. They're giving it back to Daboll. Okay, we're going to commercial break here. This is absolutely ridiculous, though. Like I said, this is everything wrong with the goddamn freaking tush push. What the NFL does officiating is they need like if they don't ban this, they need to go ahead and just at least go ahead and figure out a way to properly run this from a refereeing side. Because how many times you see offsides lined up at the neutral zone? Now you got a fumble that's being called that they're not doing because they're doing, forward progress is stopped when he's still fighting for yards. Like that's a fumble all goddamn long. Even I got Eagles fans in the NFL Sunday Ticket here chat saying point blank, this was a fumble. And it absolutely is, So let's see here. So other scores around the league here. Got Dolphins up 7-3 now on the Falcons. Falcons finally put up some points there. Just 10.5 minutes left to go in the half. The Ravens put up a touchdown, so they're now up 7-6 on the Bears. Just a little over 7 minutes left to go in the half. Bengals 10, Jets 3. Just a little over 11 minutes in that half. About 10.5 minutes to go in the Bills and Panthers. Now they're up 6-0. The Bills are. Texans still up 12. Still up 6-0 on the 49ers with just over 12 minutes to go in the half. And Browns still 7-3 over the Patriots with 10.5 minutes left to go in that second half there. So let's take a look and see here what we got. I'm really hoping they come back with some kind of solution to this problem here, because this is just absolutely ridiculous. It's just insanity. Obviously a fumble. And I've never seen such a more obvious fumble not called in my life. And this whistle's got to get stopped. Whoever's blowing this whistle early on these plays, both on the field goal attempt and on that, I'll give them both. But the field goal attempt, the whistle didn't change the play. The field goal was already up. It was already bad. You know, like that didn't stop. It wasn't like the whistle blew and that caused the field goal to be off center. Like, so looks like they're gonna pick up the flag again, go for it on 1st and goal. Absolutely goddamn bullshit, though. That's if that's not a reason for tush push to be gone. All right. Got Saquon 1st down. Gonna be bet just past the line of scrimmage, and that's it. All right, 2nd and goal. I'm still pissed about this. Ugh. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal. You got to hope the Giants stop the Eagles now for a field goal, even more than usual, just to make up for that bullshit call as best you can. All right, 2nd and goal. Barkley wide open for a touchdown. So Eagles get 7 points off of the bullshit call by the referees here, just flat out handing them 7 points. Giants should be on offense right now. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Let's get back to the coverage, though. So Thibodeau was trying to get his hands up to block the ball. Nobody on Saquon whatsoever. Newman came running over. I can't say he was supposed to be covering him without knowing the play there, but there was very much a blown coverage there. Now, you got a lot of guys out on the secondary right now. You got Dane Belton starting at secondary, for Javon Holland. You got obviously Banks now starting instead of Paul Skattebo. Everybody's kind of moving around there and trying to figure out how to get this thing going. But yeah, definitely an issue on that play. But the bigger thing is the play before. Sorry, 2 plays before. Sorry, the fumble called back because forward progress was called. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. The Giants should have gotten that ball right there with that fumble. And this is the problem with that tush push. Again, it's like you can't go ahead and allow the play, but then not call it correctly. That was a fumble. And it's bad enough to allow a rugby play in football. Like, whatever. You want to do this stupid-ass play, do it. I couldn't give a damn, really, if you want to do the play. My issue is on the refs, not the Eagles. Let me be very clear on that. My issues is with the refs. Because the Eagles going to be a freaking murder with this stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous. How many times, they're, got the issues with the offsides, again with the now the fumble. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And it's funny, I'm really getting a text somebody who's a Browns fan saying the same thing as well. Says that was a turnover. Tush push should be banned now if they can't call that right. 100%. I said that's not an Eagles fan, that's not a Giants fan, that's actually a Browns fan texting me right now during this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, you can't sit there and blow the whistle when he's still fighting for yards. Like, you have to give the defense a chance to go ahead and defend that play. You're not giving them a chance. And the Eagles have been holding the Giants left and right. You saw on the big Saquon run even, you really saw them like throw Carter on the ground one play and like there's no calls. The Giants, let's be very frank, are not as good a team as the Eagles, but they've already proven they can beat them. They can't beat the Eagles and the refs. And that's what you're asking them to do right now. You're asking them to beat the Eagles and the refs. And no one can do that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, I got to hope that the Giants can come out here, get into the touchdown, level it back out again, and, get something going here because the point play, the Giants are owed one now. Absolutely, they're owed one. I still can't believe the absolute BS. Ridiculous. There's a showing some old school Eagles stuff right now because the Eagles are wearing their old school uniforms there, but there we go. Let's get back to the game here. Hopefully, eventually I can get over being pissed off for that play. That play is honestly going to piss me off the rest of this day, probably. That's the scary thing, is that's going to probably piss me off the rest of this game. Let's see. Here we go. Giants going to get the ball right at the line, but they're going to take it out. Let's see what happens. Gunnar Olszewski going for it. Going to get down to about the 31-yard line. All right, here we go. As they're talking about Skattebo at the Knicks game, which you gotta love Skattebo, the way he is taking over this town. Gotta love it. All right, here we go. Got Tyrone Tracy out there. I got to imagine he's showing Skattebo. There we go. If Tracy's out there in the backfield. Jaxson Dart under center. Looks like I got Slayton at the top of your screen. And it's a toss to Tracy. He's going to get about a yard, and that's it. So 2nd and 9 coming for the Giants. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 9. Shotgun formation. Tracy back out there again off to the right side. Theo Johnson, a little bit of motion going back to original spot. Dart moving around the pocket with some pressure. And he's just moving around like crazy. It's amazing the way this kid navigates the pocket. Toss the ball. Wow. Wow. Look at this. They're showing the countdown to snap. Those who aren't watching the game, let me see here how many seconds we're at there. Hunt just got slammed to the ground, stiff-armed. Really like 9 seconds to throw the ball. Slayton gets the ball for 7 yards, so it's 3rd and 2. Absolutely amazing how this kid moves around for a rookie in the pocket. And quick shot to Tyrone Tracy. As Jay says, I'm about 10 seconds behind, so I'm going to refresh real quick as he's saying that. See where I end up at here. Now I'm at 1st and 10. So I don't know how I'm 10 seconds behind, but here I am. 1st and 10. Ball is right about the midfield. Shotgun formation. Hands the ball off quickly. And that's off to Tracy. A couple yards. Giants moving the ball well again. I got to say, it's weird how much of a difference this offense really has gotten now. You know, again, the Eagles aren't the same defense they've been in the past, but they're still an okay defense this year. And Giants are having no trouble except that first drive. All right, 2nd and 7. Here we go. Shotgun formation. Got Theo Johnson in motion. Give me a run here. And there it is. Tracy moving along. Going to get 6 yards in that 2nd and 7. Got a late flag as well, as it's still got people moving around and shoving and everything there. Theo Johnson get a little bit of shoving match afterwards. So we got a little bit here of a hustle afterwards there. I got to think there's going to be like an unnecessary roughness kind of thing or a face mask, because the flag was thrown before the scuffle afterwards. Blocking the back on the offense on Wan'Dale Robinson. So yeah, I don't know about that. Refs just helping out these Eagles left and right. So Giants now got to go a little farther for this 3rd down now. But for some reason, the TV's not even telling us what yards they got. Looks like 10 yards here now. God forbid the TV tell you this. Here we go. 2nd and 11. All right. So delay a game again. Is it just me or we got more delay games than ever? And I don't know what's going on. It definitely, I don't want to say it's Dart, but it definitely seems like the last couple games specifically, there's something going on communication wise. So 2nd and 16 now for the Giants. As I jinxed us, saying we're playing decent defense and a decent offense, and all of a sudden, negative play, negative play. All right, here we go. Tip ball. It's going to Skattebo, but incomplete. So 3rd and 16 coming. Skattebo looks hurt. Holding the back of his leg. See, Dart, he doesn't take a genius to figure out what he's saying. He's dropping the F-bomb left and right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not good, guys. That's not good. Looks like Skattebo might be done for quite a while. Let's see if I can see anything on Twitter for you guys. Update on that. All seen so far. Oh my gosh, no, by Bobby Skinner there. Let's see. Everybody's complaining about the fumble like crazy here. Trying to see if we got a thing. Let me go search Cam Skattebo. Trying to see if one of the guys actually at the game give us any kind of updates. Sometimes the media will do that. Screaming turnaround saw Cam Skattebo's foot. Card is out. Skattebo just broke his ankle. Seeing here. Again, we'll see. A brutal injury. It looks like an ankle injury specifically. So, yeah, safe to say we're not going to see Skattebo anytime soon, which definitely means it's a little harder going to be for the Giants here, but, you know, it is what it is. As Dorothy says, do you think they should fix the field now or give us another medium Pepsi? Well, this is in the Eagles stadium now, keep in mind. So I got to look to see. I don't even know off the top of my head if Lincoln Financial is turf or grass. Let me see. Hybrid turf system, mix of natural grass and artificial fibers. So it's yeah, so it's kind of a mixture there. But yeah, not cool though. That was just definitely not good. It's another killer here. Dorothy says, "Oh shoot, you're right. I still blame the Giant Stadium." Yeah, I get why you would. I mean, you see an injury, lower body injury, you kind of assume it's the Giants, MetLife Stadium there. But in this case here, it's not. Like I said, we're dealing with now trying to wait and see. There's Skattebo coming off the cart. And yeah, standing ovation of the Eagles. So I give a little credit. The Eagles fans at least give a little credit to Skattebo. Usually they're definitely not known for classiness. The TV said they're literally not going to replay the injury because it's that brutal, which means, of course, it'll be trending all over Twitter probably and everything there pretty soon. But yeah, not good. Not good. But ugh. 3rd and 16, though, guys. Get back to the game. We still do have that to worry about in the meantime, though. It sucks about Skattebo. Shotgun formation. Tracy off to the right-hand side on 3rd and 16. Dart's got all the time in the world. Throw it deep. Start a slate. No, got a hand on it, but Quinton Mitchell on him. So we got a punt coming. Here's the replay of it. Slayton was so close. It's not even funny. Ooh. Couldn't get that second hand free to get it, or he would have probably had it. The perfect throw, as good a throw you could have had, but just wasn't quite there. Flag on the play. Eagles jumping. That makes it 4th and 11, so nothing really crazy. Ugh. I've got people flipping out in the chat there, by the way, because Mitchell didn't go back looking for the ball. I can see how that'd be a borderline pass interference, but I'm not going to blame it on that because it's so 50-50, that kind of thing. I've seen calls like that. I've seen calls not like that. So as a pass interference. All right, here we go. Punts off. Nice punt. So I said the ball's going to be about the 13-yard line to start there. But yeah, it's going to be difficult now. No Skattebo, and refs are just killing us. Absolutely killing us. And what's pissing me off more is that's the drive right after this. And, we can do the would have, should have, could have thing, but that probably wouldn't have happened if the Giants had gotten the ball off that fumble. Changes the whole series. So that fumble literally cost us potentially 7 points and Skattebo for who knows how long. That's how these differences and these bad plays just change everything. Like it is what it is. As Dorothy says, second game of the year when I stopped caring about the outcome because of a season-ending injury, and it's only game 8. Yeah. Jay says, if Dart goes out, I'm moving to Antarctica. That might be a little bit of a change for you to California to Antarctica. Just a little bit of a difference there. Ugh. All righty, let's see though. I want to get back to this game already. Let me see if I got any more news for you guys here. It's Cam Skattebo. Let's see. Let's see here. Right ankle and air cast. They're not talking too much on it yet. Again, they're not going until they know for sure. I mean, that's for sure. But air cast on there. So let's see. Someone's showing the play here. I'm going to see if I can watch this again. Yeah. Yeah, his ankle is bent in ways that ankle should not be bent. Yeah. That is bad. That is bad. But yeah, like I said, we got to figure out this. Like I said, it's weird though. I gotta say, Eagles not known for classiness, but their Eagles fans have actually been very classy for the most part with this. I'm gonna get the occasional jerk, but standing ovation for him as leaving the stadium. A lot of people in the chat there on Sunday Ticket saying positive things. So I'll give him credit because, like I said, Eagles fans not known for classiness, that's for sure. So let's see who there we got though. Tweets the hate Philly, they're bear. All right, here we go. I tell you, like, really the wind's taken out of me here with that. Again, Eagles start at 13-yard line, so and tip ball at the line. Oh, up there, but not gonna be getting down, that's for sure. Nice tip ball there, but a great chance for an interception there if somebody had gotten it, but let's see if we see that. And see if it was. Nope, nobody's even close to it. DJ Davidson on the tip there. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. All right. Up. Barkley get about yard 2. So got a long 3rd down here coming for the Eagles. Got Nacho on trying to get this team pumped up here. And hopefully we do. Got to figure out. choice. I don't care. Classic. I'm just saying I gotta give a little credit to them because Eagles fans have a bad rep. So I'm gonna call it like I see it. Like I said, I hate the Eagles. I have no respect for the Eagles, but I'll give a little credit to the Eagles fans for at least being somewhat classy here. All right, 3rd and 7. Shotgun formation for Hurts. Got Carter going after him. And he got to come on. Here we go. Sacked in the backfield about the 9-yard line. Brian Burns getting the sack. There we go. There we go. And again, when I talk about Carter, I don't know who they're going to give that sack to. There's like 5 guys on there. Sheesh. But Carter may not get the sack, but woof. And they're saying it's going to go to Carter, but I go to Burns, but here comes the punt from the end zone. Gotta love that. But that's a long, fair caught at the 34-yard line. So that's a really good punt for the Eagles, as much as I hate to say it. But okay, so we're still down by 7 points. This game is far from over. As Chase's Abdul absolutely affecting this game with 0 stats. Yes, like I said, he literally forced Jalen Hurts to go where 3 to 4 of the guys were. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So listen, Dart's gonna have to take over this game on offense, point blank. It's gonna happen here. It's gonna have to happen. John G says, "Holy shit!" Just checking in. Wow, prayer you all. Yeah. Hopefully, Skattebo is a scenario where it looked worse than it actually is. But yeah, the ankle's not and foot's not supposed to bend that direction. So I got to imagine he'll be out for a while. Dorothy says Burns might just break the record, sack record on 23. Carter flushes out of the pocket. Yes, said Carter set that up. Like that's one of those scenarios where again, it may not be on the stat sheet, but his effort is not going to notice in this game, that's for sure. All right, so around the league here, you got Dolphins up 10-3 on the Falcons. You got 2 minutes left to go in the in the first half. There, 2-minute warning. Second quarter is just about over here with the Ravens up 10-6 on the Bears. Jets are making it at least a little closer here as they're just past the 2-minute warning. And Bengals are up 17-10 on the Jets. Panthers are now up 12-3 on the the Bills are up now 12-3 on the Panthers. And then we got Texans 13, 49ers 0. The Browns 7, Patriots 6. Let's see here. And Jay says WTF, is Russ an emotional comfort animal now? Yes, he is. It's basically what his role is. As Master Boy Chicken says, did he just snap his ankle? Yes. Point blank. Jay says, dude, you've been watching sports long enough. Scat is out for the year. It's not hard to tell. I'm still not going to say it until we see it. It wouldn't shock me at all, and it's likely the scenario. But as Master Boy Chicken says, yeah, it's out. Very sad to see that from a young player. Yeah. Like I said, we'll see what happens. But like I said, it's not looking good for him coming back this year, that's for sure. It had to be something much different than we expected for him to be coming back, that's for sure. But Giants offense is up on the field there. And like I said, this is a scenario where the Giants, they got to figure out a way to get it done. I hate to be, put at the side here, but we still had a game to try to win here. So 6 minutes left in the second half. Dart is under center. And hand the ball off. And nice 6-yard gain here for Tyrone Tracy. Jason's too combined. Like I said, I won't say until I gotta hope. 95% Chase is out for the year, though. But I gotta give some hope. So 2nd and 4 here for the Giants. Yes, you're right there. Time to unleash Tyrone Tracy. Tracy's gonna have to get it done. Hasn't had the best start this season. Got tossed out to Tracy now, though. Waiting, very patient, waiting for that line. He gets that first down. About 6 yards there. And if they showed the replay on this, guys, watch the delay for a second there. Brilliant by him. He gave him a chance to, you know, get that hole opened for him. If he had just dived right in, it wouldn't have happened well at all. So let's see what happens here. It's a showing Tyrone, showing Bellinger and Theo Johnson at the top there. Shotgun formation with Tracy out to the left-hand side. You got Slayton at the bottom of your screen. Dart's got all the time in the world and a wide open Bellinger for a first down. Bellinger all of a sudden be a big part of this offense ever since Neighbors has gone down. Nice big toss there. Let's see the replay there. And yep, wide open right there. Hit him. Look at it. Hurt him right at the turn. Let him get it in stride there. We can get some yards afterwards. So ball's now about the 33-yard line, guys. Got Tracy moving from the right side to the left side. 4 receivers out there, including the tight ends. Both the guys in the slot are tight ends. But Dart keeps it. Gonna get about 6-7 yards. And guys, I gotta say, I am scared having Dart run the ball right now. Like, we've lost enough people. We've lost Neighbors. We've lost Skattebo. We got to keep Dart. He's the last man standing. Oh my gosh. 2nd and 4 though. It's a good gain on the first down, that's for sure. Shotgun formation again though. Look, you got the dual tight end set again. Gonna give it. Nope. I thought I'd give it to him. Dart's going to get hit for -2 yards here. Won't count as a sack because he was running the ball, but third and 6, guys. Tom Brady, by the way, just said that Jaxson Dart reminds him of a young Josh Allen. There's Jalen high on the sidelines, looking like a Unabomber. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6. Is that wrong to say he looks like a Unabomber? I don't know. A lot of changes by Dart at the line here. 2, 1, go. Oh, another delay game. Oh, we got a timeout. All right. So they are officially going to timeout. We do have the screen so we can see what's going on in case anything does happen here. But you got Wilson talking to Dart. You got Kafka now talking to him, figuring out a plan for the 3rd and 6. Like I said, this is a little crazy how often we're running this issue, though, of these situation where we're getting that close to the time there. Like, you got plenty of time. As Chase has lost at the Unabomber set makes sense today. Oh my God. All right, so they're actually going right back to the game that quick there. So 3rd and 6, 3 minutes left to go in the half, by the way, guys. Here we go. We're still letting the clock run down. It's crazy. All right, here we go. Oh my God, Theo Johnson again just can't catch the goddamn ball. Going for the field goal. Let's see. Look at this. Theo Johnson just cannot catch the ball. Like, oh my God. Theo Johnson's he's got the point where Theo Johnson's got on my list of players who have to go. Like, that was an obvious should have catch the ball. And there's been how many times has Theo Johnson not caught the ball this year? This is one thing I think the Giants need to look at is getting an actual. Here we go. Field goal here. Field goal is good. 47-yard line. 47 yards. Sorry. 14-10 now for the Eagles. But yeah, like, how many times has this happened now where Theo Johnson's just not caught the ball? I feel like this is a weekly discussion we're having now. Theo Johnson just not catching the ball. Like, something's got to happen. Like, we got to have to bring in somebody to play tight end this offseason, I feel like. Because if we actually had Theo Johnson catching the ball There's a couple of drives that be changed point blank. I mean, look where he was at. That was a perfect pass. Like right over the shoulder, perfect pass. Like, oh, another one. And they're saying Johnson had a chance. I didn't have a chance. But that should have been a catch. That should have been a catch, point blank. And you can see he's on the sidelines beating himself up over. He knows it should have been a catch. He knows. Oh yeah. So, but listen, Giants are still in this though. Down by 4. Let's be honest, should be up though because the fumble should have been called. Make it a little nervous seeing Graham Gano with the massage gun after making that field goal. As got another decent return by the Eagles there on the kickoff. Trying to see where the yardage was, but it's a weird camera angle to see that. Looks like it's going to be just past the 40. All right. Giants defense making a statement here. Come on. That'd be nice. Again, 2 minutes, 46 seconds. There's still plenty of time for the Giants to get this ball back here even. 1st and 10. Hand the ball off to Saquon, and he's going to get about 10 yards. Absolute insanity. All right, here we go. Come on. Jason, we can win this game if we get a good turnover. We can still just win this game flat out. Giants do get the ball at the end of the start of the half. Giants got to figure out a way to stop the run though. Saquon's going to get it again, and going to get about 5-6 yards there. They go down to the 2-minute warning. Almost got hit in the backfield, just fast the guy chasing him. So 2-minute warning. So they're going to go to a commercial break here again. Let's give you guys the breakdown of all the games going on right now. Got a couple surprises here. The big surprise to me is the Dolphins. The Dolphins going up right now 17-3 with the second half just about to be over here. And they have the ball even too over the Falcons. Ravens up 10-6 on the Bears at halftime. Bengals crushing the Jets as we kind of expected here. 24-10 with 1 minute left to go in the half. The Bills are now up 19-3 on the Panthers with just under 2 minutes to go. It's 1:44 left to go in that first half. And then, of course, obviously, the Texans, which is another surprise one, 16-0 on the 49ers. That's definitely a shocker there. Patriots did sneak ahead of the Broncos, of the Browns right before halftime. So the Patriots are now up 9-7 on the Browns there. So, like I said, a couple of odd games there. I think many of us expected the Dolphins there to be up on the Falcons, but that's going on. And the Texans being up on the 49ers big time, 16-0. That's just a little crazy there. I think the rest of them we kind of expected. The only other shocker I would say to a certain degree is Ravens right now over the Browns. Jay says you watching Tampa next, Drew. I'll be watching probably Red Zone in the second half once we're done with the post-game coverage, which is a great time to talk about the post-game coverage. Of course, as always, post-game coverage will be right after the game. That'll be on all the same platforms here, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Twitch, but that'll be on a different video. So those of you guys who are on YouTube, you'll automatically be directed over to the right way to go. Anybody else, you've got to go back to our homepage, and that'll be showing you where to go from there. But we do that because we do use our video for the audio podcast afterwards, so it just makes it a little bit easier. So in fact, I'm going in right now to make sure I got that set up for you guys to automatically direct at the end, because I don't think I actually do have that. I forgot to hit that button this time. So not the first time I've done that. Luckily, I can always go in and do that. Again, also, if you are on kind I just give a heads up. If you are on YouTube and want to go ahead and put in any kind of any kind of comments, you do have to subscribe to the channel on YouTube. That's just to prevent bots. We get a lot of bots giving us links to weird ways to stream the game otherwise there, and don't want to have you people go into places that's going to have viruses and all that kind of stuff. So just got to subscribe, wait 1 minute, and you'll be able to do comments on YouTube, which is, of course, the preferred platform with two giant goofballs. All right, we're back here. So right at 2 minutes here, 2nd and 4. And Barkley's going to get right down to the 1st yard and just clear it there. So I got about 5 on there. And this is what the Eagles have figured out, what I've been saying all along. Don't need to throw it against the Giants. They can't stop the run. Just run, run, run. I hate the Eagles, the ones to figure it out, but and I say that now they're in like 4 wide receiver set and they're going to throw it. But Deontay Smith gets the catch about 11 yards. Wait, what is that? He says, are you just waiting for Scat to do Will Street? Oh, stop. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation. Quick throw to Devontae Smith again. And Smith is just killing Flott in this game. Flott has looked really good so far this season here, but he is just totally crushing him. This team is definitely missing Paulson or Debo. All right, here we go. Bobby Okereke. Nope, it's not Okereke. They said it. No, that's Flott. That's Flott down. Oh, that's not good. If Flott's down, we're running out of corners, guys. Oh my gosh. Not good, guys. As Micah says, the Eagles know how to exploit every chink in our armor. Yeah, access. Yeah, it's definitely not good here. It says it's Surge good at this point. They know all about the deficiencies. I think everybody knows. Dorothy says, "Fool you can't stop the run or the pass." Yeah, I honestly I think a lot of this right now is the fact that we're just so injured in the secondary. But as Jason's Flock got punched by friendly fire, yeah. And then Mike says, "Hope he's okay." They clattered hard, yeah. I mean, they were going for the big play. I mean, let's be honest. Does it even matter if you get the fumble? If you get the fumble, they're going to go ahead and call it. And they always say the whistle blew. It didn't matter. Eagles are clearly on the Eagles payroll. It's ridiculous. The refs are just. I'm still pissed about that freaking fumble. I'm pissed more about the fact that the next drive, Skattebo hurts themselves, and that series of events got set up by not calling the fumble. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see here. Oh, they're showing us the hit. So ball's at the 14-yard line now. And here we go. Screenplay to Barkley. He's going to be stopped for just a couple yards. Wrapped up well by Tyler Nubin, who's trying to whistle his way out of it there, but Nubin held on to that ankle. All right, 2nd and 7. 34 seconds, 33. So the clock is ticking. Got to stop the new field goal. We got movement up front. Anthony said, I've never been so effing mad in a game. Yeah, they said it is what it is. Neutral zone infraction on Thibodeau. Let's see the replay. Let's see the replay. Show the damn replay. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's no way in hell. These refs are horrible. It's absolutely freaking horrible. Oh, my God. It's absolutely insanity. You can't beat the Eagles and the refs. That's what we're being asked to do now. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. 2nd and 2. That's insanity. There needs to be like a freaking call on that stuff. Eagles call a timeout. Yeah, but there got to be a way to fix those kind of issues. Like at a certain point, you got to be like, okay, well, we just saw this. Like, take the 2 seconds to call the play right. You don't have to go ahead and make 5 minutes on each play at that point there, but that's absolute insanity, guys. All right, let's see where we're at here. So 17-3 at halftime here. Dolphins at the Falcons. Halftime for the Bears at Ravens, with the Ravens up 10-6. Halftime for the Bengals Jets, 24-13. Bengals up big. 16 seconds left before halftime for the Bills that are up 19-3 now. Just hit halftime in Houston. Texans up 16-7 now. And halftime for the Patriots, who are up 9-7 on the Browns as well. So a lot of them are definitely on halftime here as we're about to hit it ourselves here. Again, 25 seconds left, 2nd and 2. Shotgun formation, empty backfield here for Jalen Hurts. It got it to the bottom of the screen, and that's who they went to. Touchdown. It's bad when I'm about to call it. What's about to happen, and it happened. If I can see this shit, why can't the Giants defensive coaches? And yeah. And double slant is what it is. And honestly, that's on Muasau. Watching this play, the replay, that's on Muasau. Muasau should have been in the spot at that point to prevent that ball. If he was in the right spot, that would have been an interception. So that's on Muasau. Again, we've talked about it. Having McFadden out and having Muasau in there has been a difference this year. But yeah, we'll see what happens to the rest of this game. If the Giants can get a touchdown here to start the half and go upset, we can go with now 21-17. We're still right back into it there. So I'm not giving up on this team yet, for damn sure. Anthony says offensive pass interference. Jay says this game is a piece of shit. Yeah, huh? It is what it is. We say that, but if the Giants can all of a sudden win, you never know. So, Jordan says Xavier McKinney going on the ATV in the bye weeks would hurt us the most. There's plenty of other issues besides that. McKinney, by all reports that I had gotten, there was an issue with the coaching staff as a whole, and not just that one play. And some of the players also be rubbed the wrong way. Micah says at the end of this team is defense. This defense is we will let you march down the field on us and play good defense, no aggression. Yeah. Right now they have no freaking corners is the problem. It says we need blue chip players with aggression, not just people that play the position. Yeah, I mean, attitude is definitely something I'd like to see a little more of. That's for sure. Jay says, yeah, let's just snap our fingers to win down 2 scores. The Super Bowl champions of the road. It's not that crazy when we're going to get the ball back in the first, drive of the second half. If we score that touchdown, we're back in it. We're not in it right now, but we score that touchdown, we're back in it. That's the truth of the matter. As Giants do start here, but they're going to kneel down with 35-yard line and 20 seconds left. So Jay says we don't have the players to. We didn't have the players 2 weeks ago either. I get it. Skattebo being out made you negative. It's not like this team was that great to begin with. So let's see what happens. I'm not giving up on this team yet. Theo Johnson's got me pissed off, or we could have had a touchdown there potentially, but we'll see what happens. I'm not giving up yet. Not confident, but not giving up. The best way to put it. So, all right, guys, we are talking about halftime now. So we're going to go ahead and pay the bills real quick. We'll be back with the halftime report, going over our thoughts on the game here so far. And, of course, also giving you guys all the rundown on all of the games going on here around the league. So let's get right into it.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All right, guys. We do have one other injury news to give you guys as well. Not good news. Jermaine Illuminor did leave the tunnel before the first half ended there. Marcus Bowe was in for him there at the end of the game. If you didn't notice that's something to keep an eye on. Illuminor has been listed as questionable the last couple of weeks. But he has so far not missed any game action here. But we'll see if he comes out in the second half or not there. But it is what it is. But yeah, I think the big story of this whole game really is, though, the referees. The refs are just screwing the Giants left and right. The 65-yard run by Barkley, you can see an obvious hold that was not called. You can see also, obviously, the fumble that should have happened that wasn't called. They stopped the whistle to play dead with, forward progress called at that point there, even though Jalen Hurts was still fighting for yards. I mean, it's just hard for the Giants to go ahead and beat the Eagles and the refs here. It really is. And the biggest thing, obviously, in this whole entire game is Cam Skattebo leaving with an ankle injury. His ankle was literally put in the air cast. Did not look good at all. Likely out for the year based on the injury he had there. We'll see, though. We are going to wait, even though Jay's mad at first waiting. We're going to wait to say that's what's going to be, though, until it actually comes to be. Sometimes you never know. Things do happen. So, but yeah, it doesn't look good, that's for sure, on him. So about as bad as you could imagine here right now, with the Giants down and Giants being down to their big name here potentially for the rest of the season here. Let's go to the box score here for this, even though, let's be honest, it's not going to be very good for the Giants here on the box score. But let's see here. Jaxson Dart, 6 of 9, 73 yards and a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy, 5 carries, 22 yards. Dart 3 for 14, and Skattebo was 3 for 12. Receiving wise, Darius Slayton 2 for 26, Bellinger 1 for 21 yards, Skattebo 1 for 18, which was that touchdown. Great swim move at that point there to clear himself of the defender in the process there. 1 for 9 for Tyrone Tracy, 1 for -1 for Theo Johnson, and he also had that big drop that caused that one drive to enter a field goal where, had he caught the ball, could have potentially kept going there. Who knows what would have happened from there. Tackle-wise, Bobby Okereke, 5 tackles on the day, also listed with a sack. 2 tackles for Andrew Phillips and for Roy Robertson Harris as well. And like I said, the sack right now I'm showing on Bobby Okereke when I look at the Google box score. Now, on the TV, they said it was Brian Burns was going to get credit for the sack there. We'll have to see where that goes officially from the NFL, and sometimes that changes even as the time progresses there. So we will see. On the Eagles side there, 9 of 12, Jalen Hurts, 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. The big killer, 10 carries, 107 yards for Saquon Barkley with that 1 touchdown. Again, there was an obvious hold not called on that touchdown, though. So, and that was 65 at 107 yards. Receiving wise, 3 catches, 49 yards for Devonta Smith, who has basically been just killing Cordell Flott while he was out there. Now, Cordell Flott has left the game with an injury after being really punched by Bobby Okereke as they went to punch the ball out on a catch there by Smith. So we'll have to see how that progresses and goes. Saquon Barkley, 4 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert got the touchdown to end the half there, 1 for 6, with that being a touchdown. 1 catch, 3 yards for Xavier Gibson as well. So really, if you think about it, this whole offense has been Saquon Barkley and Devonta Smith, the 2 guys. That's it. On the defensive side here, 3 tackles, 2 assists for Zach Bond, 3-1 for Nakobe Dean, 3 tackles for Reed Blankenship, and then Zach Baum with the sack, and Jordan Davis with the sack as well. So again, doesn't look good on paper, 10-21, that's for sure. The injuries obviously catching up big time here with the Giants as well. Again, Skattebo out for the game, likely out for the year. We'll see how that progresses, though. Hopefully get more info on that tomorrow. And Cordell Flott out right now. We don't know how long. Art Green's been questionable to return. Jermaine Illuminor also out, left the tunnel there before the halftime started. So a lot of injuries in this game here, coupled along with the fact that the Giants are down right now, and it's about negative as you can get for the Giants, who obviously have been getting as much negative as they can this season in general. But on the plus side, if I got to give you a plus side with Illuminor being out, we do get a chance to see Marcus Bowe going into this game here, which I got to say is at least a little bit positive. Illuminor has been great. He's been solid. I would love to see him extended with the Giants here. But Bowe is somebody I think has a future with this team as well, based on how he's playing. So let's see how that rolls for him there. But absolutely crazy how the refs and injuries just changing the complete outcome of this game. It's not even the Eagles beating us; it's the injuries and it's the refs, 100%. So solving the race problems is Banks all the negative tension, but Tyler Nubin looks like the worst starter on defense. Let's be honest. Yeah, he has definitely not looked good. That's for sure. Yet again, and he's a guy that I had a lot of hope for coming out of college. I thought he was gonna be a really good player, and we just have not been able to get it from him. And I don't know if it's a scheme issue. I don't know if it's a translation from college to the NFL just not happening. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's definitely an issue overall, the way things have progressed for Tyler Nubin. He's definitely not been the player we hoped. It's Jason's Florida man, go to Florida man. Hey, it is what it is. Florida man. Like my fresh squeezed orange juice in my sunny times. It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, not a great start to this game here. Now, first half is bad. I want to say as bad as it can get, because they say it'll still be worse, but it's not far from as bad as it can get. As they're showing Cam Skattebo being carted off on the halftime report on Fox right now, and again, not great. That's for sure that he's been carted off like that. So let's see what happens there, guys. I'm going to take a quick second here, and then I'll be right back here. Hopefully, in time here to start the second half off. As I just got to grab a drink real quick, to be very frank with you guys. Talking for so many goddamn hours like that, it definitely will hit you. So I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Let's see here. As Micah says, solving the race problem, I agree. He's definitely over pursued. I don't believe he's the worst player, but definitely one that needs to improve and fast. And yeah, and like I said, he also was the guy who wasn't in lane to go ahead and stop Saquon Barkley in that big drive. Again, that big run should never have been called because of the fact that he had the holding call that wasn't called. But Nubin point blank wasn't in position for that. That was 100% of Nubin. So, all righty. Need that drink. All right. So, second half, guys. I think the big thing is the adjustments we need from these Giants. let's be honest, the passing game is going to have to be a big part of this. Without having Skattebo now, Tracy's going to have a decent game here. But if you don't want to count on just him, we got to go ahead and really get the big play there, big plays from Dart, which is what, let's be honest, Dart does. I actually have confidence he will make big plays. On defense, you got to stop the run. Just stop it's as simple as that. Stop the run. If you can stop the run, so far, if you think about it, the passing game hasn't really been that great for the Eagles. And again, they're missing AJ Brown. You got to just basically focus on Smith in the passing game, and hopefully from there should be a little better of an outcome. I think this big drive, first one to start here for the Giants, to be big. Giants have to score a touchdown here, point blank. You make it 21-17, all of a sudden you made it a game again. You're talking it's less than one score, and it can happen. If the Giants have shown us anything this season, anything can happen with the Giants, good or bad. Because we've had both. We've had some good moments. We've had some really bad moments. Obviously, more bad than good, but we've seen both sides of the coin. So anything can really happen. Solve the race problems. It's 2-3 touchdowns were on him directly. We need more from him. Yes. Anthony says, I love Scat, and I'm beyond mad that he's gone, but we still have a good running back. Damn straight. We were all high on Tracy before the season started. All of us were. And I'm telling you right now, if the Giants don't freaking bring in Turbo Miller the rest of the season, I'll be pissed as hell. As Mike says, the war of attrition. Dorothy says, on fellas, Fran Darkington going to lead us back to a victory. He's going to put the team on his back. Solve for the race problem says, does Theo have the ability to make a play? Is he against catching the ball when it hits his hands? He's got Evan Ingram syndrome. That's what it boils down to. He's got Evan Ingram syndrome. And I actually think he's a good player. He's just not getting it together, not catching the ball when it matters. And I don't know what to say other than that. I mean, he's open. That shows he's got ability, but he's got to fix his drops. You can be open all you want. If you're not catching the ball, you're still useless. In fact, it's even worse when you get open and you drop the ball, because if you weren't open, the quarterback wouldn't throw it to you. Wouldn't have the drop then. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here, but definitely a bad start to this game. Bad start to this game. But, all right. Let's see where we're at with the rest of the NFL scores here real quick. Give you guys one final update on the rest of the scores before we get going here to the second half of this game here. So, Dolphins again up 17-3 on the Falcons. About 11 and a half minutes to go on that third quarter. 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter here as the Ravens are up 13-6 on the Bears. 13 minutes left to go in the third quarter for the Bengals. They're up 24-13 on the Jets. Bills up 19-3 on the Panthers as the third quarter is about to begin. As the kickoff just began there. 16-7 Texans over the 49ers and 16-7 as the ball got out to about the 36-yard line on the kickoff return by Gunnar Olszewski there. And Bills up 19-3 on the Panthers. So the race point says, what grade would you give the offensive line for their first half? B-. I give it B-. That's fair. You definitely had a couple of times that Jaxson Dart had to get out of trouble. Definitely had a couple of runs that didn't happen, get anything good out of it. So, not a horrible, but not like elite. 1st and 10. Here we go. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion. Empty backfield for Dart. So you got to imagine it's going to be a design quarterback run or a pass. And here comes that pass. Got all the time in the world to move around. Gonna have to chuck it. Chuck it. Don't take the hit. Chuck it. Come on. Luminor also, as Jay said, back out there on the field. So that's good for the Giants. But Dart this is what Dart, I get it. It's a rookie thing. He's got to figure this out. He's right there. You can see they're watching the replay. Nowhere to go. But, at some point, you got to have to figure out how to chuck it away. Move out and chuck it away. 2nd and 18, lost 8 yards in that sack. That should never happen. Tyrone Tracy was lined up as a wide receiver, now going in motion to the bottom of the screen. And quick play to Wan'Dale Robinson is going to get some decent yards on the first down. All right, so third down coming for the Giants. Chases Luminar back out there. Anthony C had a poop, Jay. You go 3rd and 10. All the time in the world for Dart again. And he's gonna go for, oh my gosh. That was a total like thinking on the fly there and just bad throw. 4th and 10. Wow. Anthony says, see you all at the post game. Oh my gosh. This has not been a good game, that's for sure, for the Giants so far. Oof. All right, here we go. Punt coming. Jason's boo, give AC giving up the goofballs, but it goes south. They gave up when it's going south. He'd never be on. Let's be honest. So punt return to about the 23-yard line, guys. So Eagles coming back out. And the Giants have to get a stop here. Like, you can't go down by 3 scores to the Eagles. 2 scores, 1 half. You got a chance to figure it out. But, yeah, definitely not going to happen where you go down from, 2 scores down to 3 and still win. It's not going to happen. Jason, we need a turnover like right now. Yeah. Be nice. Turnover be nice. That's for damn sure. Just something to get it going. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not wasn't optimistic going into this game. My optimism is definitely not increased. Though I still got to hope for a miracle here. So Jason's damn every NFL game is 2 scores. Yeah. There's not a single close game. No, the Bears and Ravens actually still 1 score. So there's your 1 score game. And the Texas 49ers and the Patriots Browns aren't exactly blowouts, but that's your 1 good game out there. Just do shut the fuck up. You're talking about Scat coming back out and us winning. I never said Skattebo is coming back out, Jay. I said I'm not going to sit there and say he's out for this season until we know what the actual injury is. That's all I said. And we still have a chance to win. This game is not over. Said it's not. So, we'll see. It's just losing Skattebo definitely hurt the overcome psyche of the whole psyche of the team there. That's for damn sure. And I think honestly, the refs issues really has been a big issue. People when you're a football player and you're watching the refs just totally screw you over every chance they get. He's just like, you're saying there's a chance? Of course, there's still a chance. I'll be honest. Look what happened last week to us. There was no chance we're going to lose last week, right? So if we can give up that many points in the 4th quarter, anyone can, right? Possible. It's happened. So we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to happen, but anything can happen. So, all right, here we go. And they're showing this. I hate how every single time we play the Eagles now, they got to show Barkley and the Giants and blah, 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 blah. Stop. It's over. Jason, no, that happens to us, not for us. You're not wrong, but I'm trying to be positive. 1st and 10, shotgun formation. Barkley out to the left-hand side. You got to imagine to get the ball, and he does. So he's got carries around for like 4 yards here. I don't know why they're showing this weird Pac-Man thing for Saquon. All right, come on. Here we go. 2nd and 5. Shotgun formation again. They're smart. They just keep running the ball with Saquon, but we'll see what they do. Takes the handoff, and they're passing. And wide open again for Smith. What did I say? Smith, Barkley. That's their whole offense. Dane belted on him. That makes sense. Like, I don't understand that one there. Actually, I take it back. No, let's see the replay on that. Who was actually on coverage on him? I see Banks on him right now. Drew Phillips. All right, here we go. Toss out to Barkley. And he's going to get about 5-6 yards to start that first. Jason's least flat is back. All right, come on. 2nd and 4. Yeah, and you're right. Flat is at the top of the screen. There we go. Flushing him out. That can't be it. Throwing at Deontay Smith, but they haven't called it yet. But yeah, there we go. Not a catch. Hurst got flushed right out of the pocket. And things have not been great for Hurst when he gets flushed out of the pocket in this game, really. The Giants have done a pretty good job of doing that. Just for some reason, it seems like they can't stop the one receiver they have healthy right now. To be honest, we all know that Smith is the guy they're going to throw to. The Giants just can't keep to stop him. All right, 3rd and 4. And there goes Burns. I mean Carter again. And guess what? Smith again. Smith again. I don't understand this. Like, you know who the hell the ball's going to. Stop him. It's not that difficult. They have one receiver healthy right now. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. All right, here we go. Got Flott. Looks like nope. Who that? Banks on him again, and Banks like 7-8 yards off the line again. It's going to be a toss out to Barkley, but got a flag on it. Got to imagine it's false start by the Eagles. But delay game. Okay, I'll take the 5 yards. All right, here we go. Oh, I thought I saw Flop back too as well. Oh, Corey Black is out there. Okay. Jay had said it too. I thought I saw him out there, but no, Corey Black is out there. Just gotten back from the Jets practice squad. All right, so just a couple yards there for Barkley on 1st down and 15. As they're showing the Bills getting another touchdown. Bills are wrecking the Panthers right now. All right, here we go. 2nd down. 2nd and 11. And Newman out there putting pressure. Kayvon goes pressure. I got a duck. Oh, I got a lame duck up in the air. Just no one got it. Oof. 3rd and 11. Let's see. Did Kayvon actually get his arm? They're saying he did. I want to see. Did he? Yep. Thibodeau got him. Great job by Thibodeau. Another guy that people just talk trash about because they don't know football. Thibodeau. Not elite, but he's still above average player in this league. All right. 3rd and 11, guys. Shotgun formation. Got Barkley off to the right-hand side, who's going to go out and looks like in a route. He's going to be wide open. Flag coming. Corey Black out there. Pass interference. See. What? How is that pass interference? That's pass interference on the receiver. That's goddamn ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 1st and 10. All right, here we go. Carter. Oh, is it to get it? But nope, we got it anyway. Here we go. Sack. Nacho. And it's funny seeing Brady talk about Nacho because he actually played with Nacho in Tampa. But, ooh. I thought Carter was going to get it, and he got slammed to the ground there. All right, here we go. And gonna have to Shipley. He's gonna stop at the line on 2nd and 15. Jason, I've been watching football for a long time, but I was a new fan. I couldn't watch this shit. Too many penalties, no defense at all. How about too many penalties not even called? Regardless of the penalties on the Giants, how many penalties were called in the Eagles? He says, besides Bradley Cooper, Eagles fans are ugly as fuck. All right, 3rd and 15. Here we go. Shotgun formation. And it's going to be catch to Smith, but he's going to be hit pretty quickly there. But well short of a first, but it's going to be obviously setting up the Eagles for another score. Oh, my gosh. Dexter Lawrence coming off the field a little funky there. He's sitting down immediately. You see he's hurting. He's sitting next to Andre Patterson. Will be, of course, the Giants' way to lose. Dexter Lawrence as well. And Eagles got the 4, so I said 3. I mean, so yeah, 24-10 Eagles now. All right, so let's see what we got here. That again, we're still technically 2 scores. Giants all of a sudden get a touchdown here. It becomes a game. So let's hope we can get something going here. Chase says, if I see any more body parts fall off, I'm out of here. Yeah. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. It's definitely not good the way things are going right now, that's for sure. Definitely not good. So, but like I said, at least the Giants stopped them for 3. It's crazy what you got. Corey Black and Deontay Banks is the starting corners right now because you got Art Green out. You got Paulson Adebo out. Then you got Dane Belton out there because you got no Javon Holland. Like, it's getting bad, guys. It's getting bad. You only have just 2 of your 5 starting secondary players. You want to count, Phillips at the slot position as a starter, which I do. Yeah, 2 of the 5. It's a little scary. And if you think about it, the Eagles still aren't throwing all over the place. So, Jason, what's your favorite car brand, Drew? Are you saying what I would buy or what do I like looks wise? I always recommend people, if you're going to buy a car, Honda, Toyota, it lasts forever. If you're going to buy, just for looks and for aesthetics, I would tell you buy a classic. My favorite car all time, 57 Bel Air. I just love the big fins in the back. Or a 55 Lincoln Futura concept car, which is very, very difficult to get a hold of, but love those 2 cars. But All right, let's see where we're at here. Let's these scores here going on. Let me refresh the screen so I make sure we got everything up to date. Dolphins, the SmackDown continues here. 24-3 over the Falcons right now. Just over 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Fourth quarter started here in Baltimore, where the Ravens are up 16-6 right now. Bengals still killing the Jets there, 24-13. 8 minutes left in the third. Bills extended a lead. We talked about earlier, 26-3 now on the Panthers. Just under 8 minutes left to go in the third. Texans still 16-7 over the 49ers. About 7.5 minutes left to go in the third. And the Patriots now pulling away from the Browns, 23-7 with just over 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter there. So, all right, here we go. Kickoff has started. And see Singletary taking off kick returns, which is just crazy, down to the 25. All right, here we go. As they're showing the Dart stats here, 10 touchdowns in his first 4 career starts, most by a Giants quarterback since 1950, most rushing yards in 4 career starts since 1950. So, yeah, I get it. Really good start. Here we go. 1st and 10. The under center, Bellinger in motion, Tracy in the backfield, and here comes Tracy. And he got a few yards, get about 4 yards in this. Actually, they might have stopped him by 3. This is definitely the key what Jay just said here. Giants 10, Refs and Eagles 24. It is what it is. That's what it is. All righty. 2nd and 6. And another run for Tracy. He's going to get the first down. There we go. 7 yards. JC to remotely consider picking up John Bunyan's contract offer. I didn't option. I think Runyon had an option. I thought it was a straight 2-year deal. So, all right, shotgun formation. Tracy getting it again. This is where the Giants piss me off. Like, you can't keep just doing the same goddamn thing over and over again. I get it. Work twice. Do a passing play now. That's what the Giants do. They wait for the run play not to work in any way, shape, or form. They're like, okay, here we go. Now it works. Let's just keep going until you stop it. You have to mix it up a little. All right, 2nd and 8. Dart. Oh, wow. Incomplete to Slate. Another one should have been called 3rd and 8. Bellinger also hurt now. Come on. How many players are going to have hurt in this game? Goddamn ridiculous. Oh. 3rd and 8, guys. Here we go. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8, and quick toss out to Theo Johnson. Actually caught the ball for once. First down. Yeah, perfect throw, though. All right, so at least we got something positive here. 1st and 10. Here we go, Giants. Shotgun formation. Tracy off to the right-hand side again. And Dart being flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to toss it out. I think it was tossed in the vicinity of Slayton, like he was hoping to maybe get a flag thrown his way. Kylie Ringo's on the coverage there. It's not the best corner in the world. Jay says Jaxson Dart is the man. If he gets some talent around him, watch out. I don't disagree. The way he's been playing, he's winning me over more and more each week. And I still see it. Like what he's doing with what he's got out there. It's insane. He's got like no corners left. No receivers left with Neighbors out. Got tight ends dropping the ball left and right. Another run here. Couple yards here for Tracy. All right, come on. Don't care about the World Series. Let's get back to the game. That's what I care about. So 3rd and 7. A little more Dart magic here. There's a lot of 3rd and longs coming up lately too. It's not good for a rookie quarterback to deal with that, but he's handling it very well, Dart is. Up, looks like motion up front. Who on? We'll find out. But there was motion up front for sure. Jalen Carter was definitely going before a false start. I was hoping up in the defense. So it's got Greg Van Roden. So that definitely doesn't help, but that's for sure. 3rd and 12 for the Giants now. 3rd and 12. Theo Johnson in motion. Ready to drop the ball again. Shotgun formation for Dart. Again, need 12 yards now thanks to that false start there. 4-man rush. Dart moving around. Owes it out to Theo Johnson to get the ball. 1st down. Woo. God damn. This kid Dart is fun to watch, guys. I'll tell you this. The Giants may be crap this year. But the rest of this season, look at this. You got the fun of watching Jaxson Dart. Jaxson Dart is turning me into such a believer the way he's playing right now. He's just refusing to give up. And I hope the rest of this team just pulls up that energy too. Really do. 1st and 10. Theo Johnson, again, in motion. This will be a run this time, but taken out of the backfield. Jeesh. Cooper DeJean. And Wan'Dale just nowhere to be found in this game too. Expected something big out of him today. We got to get him more. I don't know if it's we get more involved because we're not going to get the ball to him. But he's been a big part of the resurgence, so to speak, of the offense the last few weeks. Dart in shotgun formation. Looks like Tracy off to the right of him. Sorry, not Tracy. I'm sorry. Singletary. And as I say that, Wan'Dale Robinson gets a catch there. 3rd down coming. I think it's about 3rd and 7 or so. We'll see. Giants just confirmed, by the way, that Cam Skattebo was taken to the hospital in Philadelphia. So obviously, again, that's not a good sign. 3rd and 7. Wan'Dale in motion, moving to the bottom of your screen. Shotgun formation again. Dart moving around, and here he goes. Did he get it? Devin Singletary catches the ball for a 1st down. Woohoo! Another 3rd down conversion there, guys. Ball, I think about the 12, 13 yard there. Look at that. Had to come back to it as well. A little underthrown, but great catch by Devin Singletary. Savvy veteran coming up big in the 3rd down. Yeah, ball's at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Dart moving around, just tossing it up there. Throw it away. Good job for him. Throw it away. All right, here we go. The replay in that. Good coverage by that line, too, as well. He had the time. Ooh, great catch by Singletary in that play. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Got Manhurst in as a fullback. You got to imagine what Tracy is in the backfield. This is going to be a run. And it's a fake, the handoff. And what the hell? Dart just tossed it to the ground, flagging the play. At the 8-yard line, we'll find out what that's all about. Legal man downfield, I'm thinking, based on what they're saying. 8-yard line. What else could you have? Bellinger, by the way, on the sideline with helmet off. I saw him in the background. They're showing Jameis Winston. Yep, an eligible player downfield. Offense. Penalty decline. 3rd down. So John Runyon was the legal man downfield. All right, here we go. 3rd and 10. Again, ball's at the 13-yard line. This is what Jaxson Dart's done this whole drive. Long 3rd downs. Theo Johnson, top of the screen. Little Jordan Humphrey moving to the bottom there. Dart blitzed and sacked immediately. Didn't have any chance to have a damn thing done here. Oof. Now, what did the Giants do? Got like 4th and 13. They're going to kick the field goal, I'd imagine. Can't even blame Dart on this. There was nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Ooh, Andrew Thomas has been amazing. Got wrecked on that play. Absolutely wrecked on that play. All right, 34-yard field goal. And it's good. So Giants down by 11. Again, Giants moving the ball still. Or at least doing something. Giants have listed Daniel Bellinger officially as questionable to return, by the way, with a neck injury. So that's a little scary of an outcome, a neck injury. So let's see where we're at here now as far as the here we go. Okay. So rest of these games here. 4th quarter started in Atlanta with the Falcons down 24-3 to the Dolphins. That's crazy. Bears and Ravens actually being a good game here. So the Ravens up 16-13. Bengals crushing the Jets here. They've got 2.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd. 30-16. Bills are just absolutely spanking the Panthers at this point. Minute 45 left in the 3rd. They're up 33-3. But who knows? You can score 33 points in a quarter, apparently. Texans, again, really a surprise here. Up 23-7 on the 49ers. And the Patriots just absolutely spanking the Browns now as well. 30-7. So, yeah, not exactly a great weekend of matchups here, as we got literally one game close. And that's it. Yeah, I mean, the only good game out there really is the Ravens-Bears. So, Jay says, so we need 2 stops in 15 minutes. Not great. Yeah. Listen, it's what you got to do. What you got to do. If you want to win, you got to get a 3rd score anyway. So, I don't think it's the wrong call for Daboll. I really don't. I don't think going crazy for it on 4th down makes a big difference that long. If we had 4th down and 3 or 4, I would get it more. But 4th down was a 13. At that point there, you just move on, get your 3 points, and you hope your defense gets a stop here. Basically, defense gets a stop. We can somehow get a touchdown. Now all of a sudden we're down by 1 score. So I can't hate it as much as I wish the better outcome. Obviously, you're down by 11. So, I just showing the injuries there. Cordell Flott is officially out with a concussion. Again, obviously, Cam Skattebo off to the hospital with his ankle injury. And Daniel Bellinger now questionable return with a neck injury. Whew. Chase, you're listening to some Tony Robbins podcast and the shit at the tire shop, man. You pie in the sky, Drew. Listen, I'm just trying to be somewhat optimistic. It's not technically over. As the Giants get a good stop here now, finally on special teams, stopping the ball at the 28-yard line of the kickoff return. But yeah. All right, here we go. All right. Don't need to see this hoopla. They're showing the positive stuff with the Eagles right now. All right, here we go. First and 10 for the Eagles. Scary part, guys, is you think about it, the refs literally gave 14 points to the Eagles. The Giants would be up right now if it wasn't for the refs, potentially. Big play by Saquon, as I say that, though. Rips off another big, massive run. Barkley's coming up limping, though, at the end. Barkley now hurt for the Eagles. Who would have thought Barkley get injured? Barkley injured, Azeez Ojulari injured, Adoree Jackson injured. Jay says Saquon pulled the hamstring. Yeah, probably. Way he's playing it. So it seems like, who knows? All right, let's see if we got anything going on here on these games now that we got another break here. Any changes here to the Ravens and the Bears, the ones I'm really trying to keep an eye on right now, and still 16-13 in that game there. I'm going to see as we're getting closer here. I'm going to see if I can just pull that game up for you guys, because that's the only game that really matters. Let's be very frank here, besides our game, which, again, not close, but we care because it's the Giants. All right, let's see here. See if I can find that one for us here. Show more. Okay, there we go. I'm going to mute that one so I don't have too much in my ear, though, going, but okay. All right, I got that game up now as well for us, because, like I said, that's the only game that's really big right now for the NFL as far as close games here going on. Let's see if we got anything else for see any more news in Skattebo. Dislocated ankle officially called. So, yeah. Again, ankle is literally facing the wrong directions. So, as Jay says, 49ers back in it. That I missed the score there. So, yeah, 49ers are now, it's 23-15 49ers. So, yeah, they're down by one score now, technically, if you want to include a 2-point conversion. So, Niners are scrappy, and let's be honest, the Texans have been kind of crappy this year. So, let's see. I can always pull that game up, too, for real quick. It's the benefit of this. All these screens. Let's see here. So I'll have 3 games going right now for you guys. As we got a 4th and 5 coming on in Baltimore. Just showing the grimace there. Bears 4th and Ravens 4th and 5. Tons of shadows there in Baltimore. Okay, there we go. Now we got 3 games going on. All right, 4th quarter starting now for the Giants and the Eagles. Tank Bigsby out in the backfield now. I gotta imagine if you're the Eagles, you're probably going to sit Barkley for a while. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Fakes, handoff, and there we go. Burns gonna get the sack, big time, big time. Oh my gosh, there was like 2 or 3 different players that almost got him. Watch the replay here as they show it. So all of a sudden, you got moving around. Carter almost got him. Newman almost got him. And then finally Burns gets him. So 2nd and 31. He lost 21 yards. And that's officially 10 sacks now, I believe, for Brian Burns. Insanity. Whew. 2nd and 31, guys. The worst is when the Giants give up a first down here. But here we go, 2nd and 31. Handing off Tank Bigsby. And the Giants clearly were not expecting a run. Tank Bigsby, I gave up the first down. I hate when I freaking call it. I hate when I call it. 2nd and 31, you give up 33. Here you go. Watch this. Muasau should have been there. Tank Bigsby is, let's be very frank, is not a fast guy. Muasau, again. Muasau and Nubin both look like crap in this game. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And they're running it, and they get yards, even though Bigsby got touched within 3 yards. Saquon Barkley is back out, guys. All right. So 2nd and 3 here for the Eagles. All right, 2nd and 3. Come on, shotgun formation for the Eagles. Shipley gets the ball, and even Shipley's getting a first down in this Giants defense, guys. Absolutely pathetic. And the Eagles, that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep on running the ball right now because they're taking time off. That's what it boils down to. They're taking time off the clock. Absolute insanity here. Yeah, so, and Jay says, who do we play next week? We got the 49ers next week, followed by the Bears. So, not exactly great there. 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions, Patriots. As Bigsby gets a couple yards here, first down. This might, honestly, we might have had our last win against the Eagles last time, the way things are going. That's a shame. Team has too much freaking too much freaking talent to get this kind of record. Second and 8, guys. All right, here we go. And hand the ball off. Nope, fake the handoff. And throw. Oh my God, wide open Dallas Goedert, who just totally messed up that coverage. Totally messed up that coverage. Game's over now, definitely. No doubt about it. Giants officially lost this game now. That's over. That's all she wrote. She starts the questions again. With the way this defense is playing. Oh, Okereke fell down. But at what point do we say it's time to give up now on some of these coaches again? Look how much yards this defense is supposed to be elite give up on the round. You could, it's one thing if you say, oh, well, the secondary was all out. Like, what do we do? Like, they just passed the ball like crazy because our corners were all out and all. But no, they're running the ball all over this defense. All over this defense. They're second and third string running backs doing it. Yeah, to me, it's like it's the Giants won't make a move at all right now. They'll pretend to care as the Ravens just put up a touchdown, guys. So Ravens going up now by the end of this bear streak. And Huntley's in the game. This is not even Lamar Jackson right now. Huntley, who was really cut by the Browns. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the Giants got to make some changes, guys. And I don't understand why they keep waiting to make these changes. Just make the goddamn changes already. Shane Bowen's got to go. Number one right there. You got to send a message. There's no message sent when you keep keeping guys in there that suck. And to me, Ray McLeod should be in next week as well, considering the receivers are playing. I don't understand how you have Humphreys in the game instead of Jalen Hyatt, but you still don't have Ray who you signed who actually can catch the ball. Like I don't get it. Like they all need to be in there. Get some receivers for this kid, or Dart's only can do this for so long before eventually he's got no help. And I'm expecting we're to see some wild attempts here by him now because he's going to be trying to just be hero ball. And I'm hoping his new hero ball to the point where he literally gets the interception. It's not even his fault. It's like one of the Eli ones back in the day. You're just trying to do something, trying to make something happen. But yeah. Ooh. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. So they're about to get to it. All right, here we go. About to kick off the ball here. All right, here we go. Kick about ready to go up. And kick is up and getting a return. Singletary the return, get back to the 32, 33 yard line there. As Texans are also driving, by the way, on the 49ers, those watching that game as well. Again, I got 3 games going. The 2 games that are close here, the Texans, 49ers, and the Ravens and the my drawing a blank right now. Exhausted. The Ravens and the Bears. So, got it. We'll let you know anything going on, any of the 2 games that are close, along with what's going on at the Giants game here. 1st and 10 for the Giants. Got a shotgun formation with Theo Johnson going in motion to toss out to Tracy, who's going to get hit basically at the line of scrimmage, maybe half a yard. Here we go. 2nd down coming. 2nd and 9. All right, shotgun formation again for Dart. Dart moving around. He's got by the ankle. What is up? Lame duck pass. I don't know if it's a fumble or Eagles had it. They're calling it a fumble. I want to see the replay on this. Was he going forward? Was he going forward? He should be going forward in that. That's a forward pass. That's a forward pass. Look at this. Forward right there. Right there. You can see it going forward. That's a freaking incomplete pass. This is a freak. No. They better review that goddamn thing. That is definitely not a fumble. Right there, forward. That's forward. That's goddamn ridiculous. Ref's gonna be helping him again. All right. The 2 big games here, by the way, 23-13, Ravens over the Bears right now. 8 minutes left to go in the game. A little over 11 minutes left to go in the game with the Texans right now. Up 23-15 on the 49ers. So both those games, I'll keep an eye out for you guys. So the rest of the games really just out of control right now. I mean, the Dolphins right now up 34-3 on the Falcons. Absolutely insanity. What happened? I woke up their offense all of a sudden. Bengals actually are getting a closer game now with the Jets. The Jets have scored to make it a one-score game, 31-24. The Bengals right now over the Jets. Bills are just crushing the Panthers 40-3. As I said, Texans 23, 49ers 15. Patriots crushing the Browns 30-7. So, like I said, definitely not a lot of close games this week right now going on. There we go. There we go, Anthony. Tell him his effing arm was going forward. Damn straight it was. Damn straight it was. And Jay says, it feels like the NBA where all the teams and players get the calls. Says, what the F? Like they don't already have an advantage because they're good. Bengals about to score, though. Okay. Yeah, that game I don't have on. I only have so many things on, so I can dedicate one screen to the Giants specifically right now. So, but yeah, it's absolutely insanity what's going on with that. If they call this a fumble, then I the NFL is got to look into this game. Absolutely got to look into this game. Like this is absolutely ridiculous. There shouldn't be a second guess in this. Like this, I mean, you don't even need to go crazy in this. You can see his arms going forward, and the ball gets knocked out like that. Like you can see it clearly. Okay, good. They overturned it. And they're saying there's no definitive evidence on the thing. Are you kidding me? He's obviously going. All right. It's conspiracy, says Florida man. 40 years of it. I wish I was still 40. 3rd and 10. And this has been especially the dart right now. And I don't know where the announcers are. This is why I always say not to listen to announcers. They're saying, I don't know. Can't it's millimeters? No, it's pretty obvious. Dart's just going to get sacked here. Let's be honest. The Eagles are just flying high right now, just going crazy. They're winning. They're feeling themselves. And the Giants are just done. You saw the Giants were done the second Skattebo got hurt. Let's be very frank on that. Just took all the freaking energy out of the room. And Dart did a very good job moving around as best he could, trying to make something happen. But he's doing what he can. He's doing what he can. 4th down, the Giants are still going for it on 4th and 11. Quite frankly, if they want to actually they're going to have to do it. But I don't know why they're not throwing the white flag out, like Jay's saying. If Dart gets hurt in this play, I'm going to flip out. But they're going for it. Dart's airing it out big time. Big call. Oh, my God. Is that a touchdown coming? Touchdown to Slayton. There's a flag, though. There's a flag, but touchdown to Slayton. They're going to call it pass interference on the offense. Wow. Let's see the replay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good call, honestly. Yeah. I can't even complain about that one. That's definitely an offensive pass interference. You literally pushed him away. Yeah. Like I said, I'll be honest and call like it is as a Giant fan. That is definitely a pass interference. That's a shame. And this time they're going to punt it at 4th and 21. Anthony says, no, F, we've been getting F'd all day. Who cares? Like I said, I'm not going to complain about bad calls for the Eagles and then complain when we get called for things we actually did. I gotta call it honest. And let's be honest, even if we scored that touchdown, are the Giants really doing anything? They're still down by multiple scores. 9 minutes left. They're not going to do it. Jay says Daboll like Rob that one time Golden Corral closed early. They're closed for good now. I think every single one of them's pretty much closed, you know. Let's see the two games we're keeping an eye on. The Texans 26, the 49ers 15. So yeah, that's gone up to where it's a multiple score game now out of there. The 49ers are right now trying to score, but they're not going to. They're nowhere near it. Let's see, Ravens 23, Bears 13. So let's get you guys the rest of the scores here. We refresh here real quick for you. Dolphins 34-3 and the Falcons. Got to think that game's over. Again, 23-13 Ravens right now over the Bears with 7 minutes left to go there. You got the Bengals 38, Jets 24. So again, that game's pretty much over there with the Bengals up by 2 touchdowns. The Bills up 40-9. God damn. Ridiculous here on the Panthers. The Texans, again, 26-15 right now over the 49ers with just under 9 minutes left to go in that game. Patriots up 30-13 on the Browns with just over 9 minutes there to go. And, of course, the Eagles, as we mentioned, are right now up 31-13 on the Giants there. So, all right, this chases all our wide receivers are worthless right now. Yeah. The whole team is just worthless right now. Let's be very frank. And I still think a lot of this is the coaching. I still think that it's the coachings. But the biggest issue right now is the bad calls by the refs and the injuries in this game. Injuries are just killing us right now. Absolutely killing us. As Jason's Giants versus an injury-ravaged 49ers game is super interesting to me. The only chance we have of winning is a super injured team, right? What's left for the Niners? Just insanity. But yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, it's just this is kind of like I said. I didn't expect to win this game. We haven't swept them in forever. Again, the Eagles are a better team if we're being honest. So Anthony says it's going to be a practice squad battle next week. Oh my God. Let's see here. Running it again with Bigsby, who's goes through a couple of really bad tackles and gets 10 yards. Ridiculous. Giants just cannot tackle, cannot stop the run. At what point is this not coaching? Shane Bowen's got to go, guys. It's time for Shane Bowen to go. All right, they're showing that play again. Oh my gosh. We have to show that touchdown that wasn't again. You know, only guy I feel bad for in that touchdown that wasn't, by the way, is Jaxson Dart. Because Jaxson Dart, that would have been nice to see him get that just for a stat sheet. He's played a lot better than what his stat sheet shows. Bigsby again, just do whatever he wants because the Giants can't stop the run. Oh my gosh. Skattebo there. Keep showing Skattebo. Stop showing it. I don't want to see it. Let's see here. All right, here we go. 2nd and 3. Bigsby, first down. So easily, it's not even funny. Where's the holding call, by the way, on Banks? Banks getting held like you would not believe. That's absolutely insanity. Let replay that, guys, so I can see that. I wish they would. They're not gonna probably. That was such an obvious hold again. Eagles just holding us like left and right, and they just don't care. Ref's like, As Pale Riders says, the team is so bad, I just can't watch them anymore. Absolute dog poop. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. It doesn't help, though, when you're getting injured left and right, and you got the refs just totally, like, helping the Eagles like you would not believe. not calling holds, giving up a fumble that was obviously a fumble, like all these things that just absolutely insane. The Giants, if it was just the Giants, the Eagles, the Giants would still lose right now. Don't get me wrong, but the Giants wouldn't be getting crushed like they are right now. They're getting crushed because of the goddamn refs. Point blank. You got 2 touchdowns alone that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the refs. You got Patterson right now talking to Daboll. I'd love to hear that conversation. Patterson usually don't see him next to Daboll. Hurts to Goddard. About 5 yards there. Want to go back to that. Get a little lip reading, try to get of whatever Andre Patterson's saying to Brian Daboll. Illegal formation on the offense. At least that undoes the 5 yards and adds another 5 yards onto their needs. So here we go. 2nd and 16 now for the Giants. I'm sorry, the Eagles, sorry. Wait, what? It's bad when the announcers say, I don't know what's going on, and the refs are laughing. I think the Giants declined the penalty to look at the loss of down. So 3rd and 6. They said 3rd and 5 a minute ago. What the hell's going on? These refs are just absolutely dog shit. All right. Hurts going. Deep. And it's caught by Jahad Dotson. Touchdown. Wow. Corey Black on the coverage. And again, I'm not even upset at this point here. You got a guy who literally signed out the Jets practice squad a couple of days ago trying to figure out the coverage here. Ugh. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Anthony says, what's happening here? They just pulled that penalty away. No, they didn't put the Giants declined the penalty, it looks like, because they gave him the loss of down. So like I said, Corey Black, I can't even complain. A couple days in with the Giants. And he also fought for it too, just didn't quite get it. It was a jump ball, 50-50 ball. Ay, ay. Insanity. You gotta hate this when you hear the Eagles doing their fly Eagles fly thing and the fans chanting, but said only so much you can do at this point. What we got left here? We got practice squad players playing, starting right now. Deontay Banks is our best corner right now. We have it's insanity. All right. They're down by 25 points. I think it's safe to say the Giants are not going to win this game, guys. I think it's safe. Call me crazy. Any optimism I had is officially over and gone and done with, guys. So listen, we got 120 people here on X, by the way. I gotta say, welcome y'all. If you get the chance, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the share. Pop over to YouTube and give us a like there, please. That's definitely the preferred platform. I know a lot of people like Twitter X, but quite frankly, they don't pay content creators, really. YouTube does. So feel free to go ahead and watch on there. Helps us out. All right, here we go. Dart, let's see what he can do. Gets the ball out to Tracy. He's going to get a couple of yards out of it, maybe 5 yards. Got to see what Dart can do here. At least get some plays in garbage time. 2nd and 5. There you go. Dart's got time in there. He's rolling around. And big toss there. Wandale Robinson. And that's the thing with Dart, just moving around, keeping the time open. Like, that's why I still got faith in him. I made out of faith in this team right now. I have faith in Jaxson Dart. I do think you put a decent team around him. This kid could perform right now. The way he's playing. Anthony, no flags, though. No flags. All right, 1st and 10 for Dart. Time for the Giants standing. Works for Dart. Toss it again. Here we go. Bo Collins with the catch. Bo Collins. 1st and goal for the Giants. Hey, this is, I'm shocked. What's got you shocked, man? The Giants doing something positive? Is that what's got you shocked? 1st and goal here for the Giants. And Dart fakes the handoff and tosses it in the corner. Goes towards Collins. It's sad when Collins is in the conversation of people that actually getting the ball in this kind of situation. 1st and goal, and you're going to throw to Collins because that's how far you're at. Don't tell me Ray McLeod wasn't a better option this game. I need Theo to get a touchdown for fantasy. Let's see. I'm all for it. Where's Theo Johnson there? There he is, moving in motion. And he's a blocker as Tracy gets the ball. I tell you, Tracy's been very good at being a very patient, good runner in this game here. I haven't seen this kind of patient from him over this season, I feel like. All right, here we go. 3rd and goal for the Giants. Again, guys, while we're looking at this, wait for this play to happen. Remember, we are going to be doing a post-game show the second this game is over. That'll be in another video, though. Won't be in this one here. If you're on YouTube, it will automatically route you to the right one. If you're on any other platform, you just got to go to the homepage, and it'll pop up there. Get about 5 minutes in between the two shows. 3rd and goal. It's a designed run for Dart, who's going right for it, and he's going to get stopped. About half a yard. That's it. 4th and goal, but I got to imagine the Giants are still going to go for it. But that was a good sniff out by Jeremiah Trotter on it there. Hate to give kudos to the Eagles here, but I'm going to give it to him. All right, here we go. I got to say, too, stop running with Dart right now. Like, why do you need to get him hurt? 4th and goal for the Giants here. Ball's about the 3-yard line. Wandale in motion. Again, Dart. It's going to be a touchdown, but why are we running the ball with Dart right now? Do we really need Dart to run the ball when we're down by freaking 20 points plus? Like, you're down 25 points. Let's go ahead and run the quarterback, the one guy that you can't afford to get hurt, that takes risks he shouldn't get, and let him with this goddamn helmet again in the play. Like, what the hell? Tell me that makes any sense whatsoever. I'd love somebody to tell me any way that makes any sense whatsoever. Oh, my God. Extra point is up and good. So, Giants now down by 18 points. Again, next 4 games that are shown right now on the screen: 49ers, Bears, Packers, and Lions. Not a not a very good stretch here, that's for sure. All right. So, and the big thing is the defense has got to have to step up next couple weeks. We Giants have any shot in hell. Defense has to step up big time. By the way, Ravens about to score another touchdown, and they just did. So that game's officially going to be over now too, with the Ravens winning. They're going to be winning that game. That puts them up 29-16, extra point pending. Oof. So we're going to cancel that as one of the games that are still there as a potential close one to watch. All right, so here's all the scores we got here for you. So let me refresh that because it's still not showing the Ravens score on that we just saw. It's still not even after refreshing it, but I got the Dolphins is showing 34-10. The Bengals and Jets are again becoming a game here as the Bengals are up 38-32 with 4.5 minutes. Jets do have the ball on the Bengals 15-yard line. Bills are up 40-9 on the Panthers. The Texans are up 26-15 on the 49ers. And the Patriots are up 32-13 on the Browns there. So I'm going to try to pull that one up here because I feel like that's the Jets and the Bengals much closer than I expect. I thought that game was long gone, but apparently I'm crazy. All right, I'd pull that one up now. Okay, here we go. The key is officially in. Giants, I said the Eagles have pulled all their starters even at this point. And Tank Bigsby breaks tackles again. He's breaking tackles. Going to get about, oh my God, are you kidding me? Get about 15 yards. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. This Giants team cannot stop a damn running back. That's on Tyler Nubin again. Wrapped him up but couldn't bring him down. Getting dragged along for the ride. By the way, Jets are on 3rd and 2 as they're trying to score a touchdown to get up in this game here against the Bengals. I'm watching that as well. Let's see. They can get it done. And they got the first down. The Jets did. That Jets game is not over after all. They're going to have a 1st and goal here. Oof. Insanity. So I got to say, as much as I don't really root for the Jets being a Giants fan here, with the loss of Nick Mangold today, I'm going to be rooting for the Jets to pull this off. Be nice for, them. Anthony says here, I'm not even blaming the players anymore. This is clearly a horrific defense coaching issue. Yes, we've been saying that for a long time. The Giants won't just change up. It's time. It's past time. This is the Giants' continuity they wanted. Continuity. Got to keep the same thing going. Let's keep losing. It's so much fun. What the Giants seem to be okay with. They don't care if they win or lose because we keep showing up to the stadium. We keep buying crap. They still make money. Why should they care about the product in the field if they make money either way? Let me be very clear. I think John Mara himself actually cares. I think there's just so many people within the Giants organization, business-wise, that just don't. And I think unfortunately it takes Steve Tisch to come in and go ahead and force them to make moves for things to change. That's usually the way it goes historically with the Giants. The Tisch family has to be the one to go ahead and say, God damn it, you got to stop this shit. Got less than a minute left to go on the 49ers and the Texans game. Texans are fishing to close that one out. So we're gonna move on from that game here. Let's see. Any other game worth watching? Really not. So seems like it's down to the Jets and Bengals. The only game really worth watching here. Insanity. Like I said, I for the sake of the Mangold family and people that knew him, I'm gonna root for the Jets to actually pull this off. But Aye. As far as the Giants game, that's all I can say is aye. All right, here we go. 2-minute warning here as we got for the game. And I say groin injury for Barkley. Obviously, he's not going to be back in the game. You're going to take the risk of hurting him. All right. And here comes the kneel downs. The Giants even called the timeout or let it go. Let it go. Again, guys, we'll have our post-game coverage here in a different video. If you're on YouTube, that's going to pull you right over to there. Any other platform, go to the homepage and it'll be on afterwards. Like I said, we do a separate video just so it's easier for editing for the audio podcast version of it there. But yeah, give me, like I said, a couple minutes in between there, and we'll start right up just a couple minutes after that. So, but like I said, we're at kneel down. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to call it for this. That way I can start it up the second this game is over pretty much there, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching with us here. Like I said, not a good game, obviously, here, but, nothing we're not used to. So appreciate you guys watching, listening, and like I said, we'll be back again with the post-game coverage just shortly.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.